Well, hey there, friends. I hope you're having a great evening. This is Gina Scalpone from Glam Harris. Today, I'm going to talk about mindset. More specifically, progress, not perfection. I've been coaching so many hairstylists over the last few years, and I keep hearing the same thing over and over again. Progress, not perfection. They're afraid to start because they don't know how to start. They don't know if they should go this way or that way. I always say, just start. Start messy, start wonky, start crooked, just start. You'll start to get your feeling with the momentum and where you want to go if you just get started. This is Gina Scalpone. I'm the business owner of Glam Harris. I've been a hairstylist for 24 years and a business owner for a decade. Today, I'm going to talk about progress, not perfection. I had an issue with this mindset many years back, and here and there I do too. It creeps back up on me, but I just want to help you guys out, because if you have a dream or a goal, let's say it's to open your own salon, let's say it's to do something else, something different that you're uncomfortable with, this is the way you start. You start messy, you start crooked, you start wonky, you just start. I'm going to give you a specific example in my own business, how I just started, and I kind of cleaned things up, and now I feel better about the thing I started. So this is what I did. So I write down my goals. It's called the 10-10-1 rule. I learned it from Rachel Hollis. You write about your most magical life in 10 years from now. You journal for like 20 or 30 minutes. You take 10 things from there and you write them down every single day, and you work on one goal at a time. I have another podcast on that. If you go to the Gina Scalpone podcast, I talk about it in more detail. But I've been writing on my top 10 things every day for about 10 months. This is a few months ago. I have a top rated podcast with 1,000 downloads every month, and I get paid sponsorships for it. I was dreaming about this podcast that I had, but I didn't do not one thing to try to get the podcast. I had no idea what equipment to have or anything like that. So I wrote it in my journal every day. I will have a top rated podcast with 1,000 downloads every month. So I wrote it down every day, and then I started listening to, my eyes were open. Number 2, so I wrote it down. I was clear about what my goal was. Number 2, my eyes were on the prize. So when something, I was self-aware about, so when something happened, which I'll tell you about in the next step, I was ready to pounce on it. So I just think you got to know what you want, have the clarity, write it down, and the universe just brings it into your path and things just happen. But you have to have the clarity and you have to write it down. I truly believe in that whole theory. Now, it sounds crazy, but it definitely works. So that was the other thing. I had my eyes open. The third thing was I was reading a blog by Gary Vaynerchuk, and he was talking about how to start your own podcast. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. I'm going to do it. So number 4, the next day I took action. I started the podcast. I didn't realize, this is my microphone that I have for my classes that I teach online. So I use this microphone, I use my phone. It's just an app. It's really simple. So number 4, I took action because I had clarity. I knew when I read that, I was like, that's my thing. That's what I'm going to do. So I took action. Was it pretty? No. Did I start? Yes. It wasn't so pretty at first. I didn't even realize I needed to have a cover photo. So I eventually asked my graphic designer to create a cover photo. I didn't know you're supposed to put show notes in your podcast. I had no idea. So I did that. Turns out you can have guests on your podcast. I didn't know that either. This is the thing. The point is just start. Start messy, start wonky, start crooked, just start. I want you guys to just start. If you like my style of training, can you guys give me a thumbs up? Let me know you're into it, and let me know if you have any questions or comments in regards to this whole idea about progress, not perfection. I would love to see you in my upcoming a few days, or next week, actually in 2 weeks. So the link is above here. So please sign up for my masterclass, and I hope to see you guys there. I hope I helped you out. I love you guys. Mwah. Remember, progress, not perfection. I promise it will work. Have a great night. Bye, guys.